Alright, you guys, so May 7th, and we are headed over to, I'm gonna bleep it out, where Jared Little lives, and he told me he was gonna go turkey hunting and try to get a second bird, and I asked if I could film for him, and he said, why not? So we're headed over there to film for him. Hopefully we can get him on his second bird and get him tagged out for the year. The weather is beautiful. It's warm. There's very little wind. Weatherman says there's a storm moving in, and we're starting to get some pretty dark clouds, but they're only right about half the time, right? So hopefully it'll miss us and we can get the birds worked up and worked right into the decoys, and see if we can get Jared tagged out and go from there. So stay tuned.
Alright guys, we got in here. We're set up where I shot my turkey earlier in the year. Started sprinkling on the walk-in. Me and Christian got the AvianX set up in the DS4 case. So with the thunder, the thunder was going off earlier, and there was a bird gobbling a few hundred yards away from us. So with any luck, he'll come in and check it out, see what happens. The radar's showing that we're going to get quite a bit of rain here. Hopefully that's all we get. We got the blind stake down good, so we're along for the ride. We'll see what happens. Pretty good sized bodies. There's 3, 4. It's pretty cheap. Yes. I think there's 4 or 5 of them. There we go. That's them. So we got 3 or 4 jakes out in front of us. And what the muddies and the Stella cams have showed us over the last month or so is these birds like to work out around 4 or 5 o'clock. And then about 7 o'clock, they'll get out of the fields and they'll work back in towards the roost. And they'll kind of hang out right in this area. So hopefully they'll work out, and hopefully some toms follow them. And we'll catch them coming back into roost tonight. So we'll keep watching them. All right, guys. So we had a really good night. Seen a lot of birds. Had quite a few jakes cut across this field and mill out into the bean field, and they picked up some more birds out there. And then we had a hen come in and lay down probably 40 yards from the blind. She was picking around eating and walked right in front of us. And closer towards the end of the night, about the last hour of light, we've had probably 4 or 5 different toms in the timber goblins. So we're gonna hang tight a little bit till it gets a little bit darker out, and try to roost them and move the blind for in the morning, and get back out here and hopefully get one on the ground in the morning. So we'll see what happens.
Alright, so we're gonna try to roost these birds quick. Oh! 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 Let's get a little closer and know exactly where they're at. Oh, oh, oh. So it seems they're just right down here on the bottom, right around the bend. So we're gonna let it get a little darker yet, and we'll go up and get the blind and figure out if we're gonna set up on top or down on the bottom. So we'll see.
Alright guys, well, it's the morning of May 8th. We're back in here after our hunt last night. We had quite a few encounters with jakes and hens coming in our setup. We had quite a bit of weather rolling last night. It rained pretty heavy. So last night before that we went and roosted the birds. Moved the blind a little bit. Their birds are probably roosted a few hundred yards away, so hopefully they work their way out. We've got a stealth cam set up on a pole behind us, and we've been getting pictures every morning of Tom just kind of walking through. So hopefully we can cut them off before they get out in the fields today, and we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. Alright guys, it's been a super slow morning. The wind and rain finally quit and the sun's shining. We haven't heard a single gobble or anything this morning. They weren't talking in the roost. They weren't talking after they flew down. We didn't see our first bird until like 7:25 this morning. We've had 2 hens working out in the pasture, and that's it. So we've got to get to work here pretty soon. So we'll sit tight and see what happens in the next 30 minutes or so. But hopefully we can get it done. Alright guys, well we gotta get going to work. We still only seen those 2 hens this morning. A little bit ago Christian heard a gobble, but it was quite a ways away. So we'll pick stuff up and hopefully we'll get back after him this week sometime. So see what happens.
Alright, what's up you guys? It is May 9th. So, as you've seen before, me and Jared went and did some turkey hunting together. And didn't really go the way we planned it to or wanted it to. I mean, we still had a blast together. But still trying to get him on that second bird of the year. He's never tagged out before. And I told him, well, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to help you do that. So today I was off work early, so I went and did some scouting, and I landed 2 new properties, and they seem super promising. Lots of birds, nothing real big. It pretty much seems like it'll be easy to figure out exactly where the birds work. I watched them from the road. I see where they go to roost. I see where they come out in the morning to feed and strut. And yeah, so right now I'm going to put the Encounter 2.0 out once it gets a little darker. I still have a long walk to get back there. But the main thing is we're gonna roost, figure out exactly what tree that they're in, and then get this Encounter 2.0 put out. So that way, see if we can get for some pictures before the weekend gets here. So let's get to hiking. Well, I severely underestimated the distance of this walk. You won't be able to see it. My truck is way over, like right there, and I still have to get down there, and I'm kind of held up right now because I think it's a little too light yet. So we're gonna, I don't know, I'm gonna sneak down, I think, along the edge of the fence and give out some howls and see what happens. So let's go. All right, well, it's the morning of May 11th, but I told him we can't leave any later than 4:50. It is 4:44 and there's no Jared yet. I know he's getting close, but when you watch this, Jared, hurry up. Well, hopefully he'll get here soon, otherwise we're gonna be boot scooting to the woods.
So a couple of them just flew down right behind us. So hopefully we'll hang tight and they'll come in and mess up the decoys. So stay tuned, we'll see what happens. Yeah, here they come. Coming right to the decoys. Get ready to draw your bow. Draw your bow here pretty quick. They're right here. Let me know which bird you're gonna go for. I'll tell you when to shoot. Let me draw your bow here pretty quick. They're right here. Get guys. So we finally got it done. Earlier this week, me and Christian went out a couple times back where I'm from, and we just couldn't seal the deal. We had quite a few hens come through the setup and a lot of jakes skirt around us, but no toms. We heard a few gobbles, but that's as close as we got. So this week we made it a point to take some time off work and get out here and try to seal the deal. Christian's been watching these birds for 2 weeks about.
2 weeks.
So his girlfriend had a few encounters out here and couldn't get it done. This morning we came in and Christian set the blind up last night and he didn't realize how close we were. The first gobble was about 50 yards behind us. Felt like they were right on top of us. So
we originally thought there were only 3 birds in here, but this morning showed otherwise. There was at least 5 toms in this chunk, and they were on both sides of us, real close. But
they were behind us chasing hens around, and these 2 stepped out probably, 100 yards out.
Yep.
And they kind of strutted around a little bit, and they just couldn't resist that AvianX strut or decoy, and they come strutting right in, and it was picture perfect. We had 6 different cameras going, so hopefully it turns it out, and can't wait for next year. It should be a great time. So.
It was a great hunt. I'm glad Jared took the time to come down here to hunt with me and take that chance and trust me. And dude, proud of you on a beautiful shot. He just absolutely hammered him. Like you said, they come strutting into the decoys, and you know, I was afraid they were going to catch him on the draw, but he got drawn back smoothly, quietly. They had no idea, and he gave them the chance to come up to the decoys. We thought they were going to attack them, but they were just kind of, you know, doing their thing. And he just made a beautiful shot, and you know, he didn't even know what hit him. He didn't run, nothing. He just straight flopped. So it was a beautiful shot. Congratulations on the bird, and it was a great hunt. And thanks for letting me bring you out.
Thanks for bringing me.